Hey, you guys, and welcome to the Steele Wars Hyperchat for September 1st, 2020. Whew. Hey, we have got some genuine Star Wars news via StarWars.com this morning with Inside the Star Wars, the High Republic, meet Yoda, or re-meet him in the loopy world of Star Wars. Hey, there's something I want to talk about first, though, right up the top. There is one of those insider information things about Mandalorian season 2 having big problems. And this is from sources that are notoriously wrong about a lot of things. But I think that's what people are jumping to because the trailer's not out. Now, they're two different things. It's a bummer the trailer's not out for Celebration Weekend, but it is of no, you don't think they'd be able to make a trailer from what they have? Come on. They're just delaying it because that's when they feel like it's going to do more good for them. So, I don't know. Isn't there enough news out there already? But welcome to the Hyper Chat for today. Hey to our patrons that would be listening to this afterwards on the patron feed. Otherwise, hey to everyone watching on YouTube. And let's go to it. Do a bit of screen sharing here to get this up. So this is cool, what they're doing, that they are releasing concept drawings and such to us, because I wish I'd do that with everything. Rick McCullum style. Rick loved his concept art. So StarWars.com, in an exclusive series, StarWars.com is pulling back the curtain on Star Wars: The High Republic, a publishing epic set centuries before the events of Star Wars: The Phantom Menace. What we have here is what they're calling the Return of the Jedi. Yoda will feature prominently in Daniel Jose Older's Star Wars: The High Republic Adventures comic, coming 2021 from IDW Publishing. And they're pretty hyped about this Yoda reveal, which I'll talk about later on, why I find that quite interesting. But if you are watching on the YouTube, if you're listening on the Patreon podcast, you can click the link in the show notes that will bring you to it. This is the younger Yoda, given a bit of side eye. Got a nice little tunic there, Jedi robe. But, not sort of, it's sort of what you'd expect. I actually love this tweet, Jacob's Quest. Excellent tweeter over there on Twitter, I found. I'll straighten this up. And this is Yoda's species age progression. And if you're not watching this, if you're just listening, we've got the Mando Yoda, Yoju, if you will, at 50. Got the High Republic Yoda at 664 years. Prequel Yoda at 864 and 877-ish years. And he's put in both the original theatrical Yoda and the more theatrical Phantom Menace Yoda look like he was doing stunt work on Total Recall on the Mars set with the eyes. And then you've got Return of the Jedi era Yoda on his little bed as he goes to forever sleep. But yeah, he really wrinkles up over time. Maybelline, maybe it is. Who knows? But there is some interesting quotes that I will pull up. Oh, I do have to say. I do have to say for this. I am looking forward to the inevitable flood of fan concept art trying to improve the Yoda artwork by adding seemingly how you improve concept art is to add bigger breasts. So I cannot wait for big-breasted 600-year-old Yoda to get concepted art rallying around the internets. That will be awesome. So I'll leave it on there and then just run through a few of these quotes. So as I said, Yoda will feature predominantly in Daniel Jose Older's Star Wars The High Republic Adventures comic coming 2021, which for those that don't know is sort of a bit more of a younger skewed sort of comic book that is quite popular. I do hear a lot of positive chatter about it. The Jedi Master that Older depicts in this series, however, won't be quite the same sage-like being we know. It's especially exciting to be able to introduce him to, in the era of the High Republic, oldertellsstarwars.com, the High Republic Yoda is a journeyman out in the galaxy. He will still be treading somewhat familiar ground, that of a teacher. While he's already a respected member of the Jedi Council at this point, we meet Yoda in IDW's The High Republic Adventures series doing what he loves best, looking out for the young folks. In this case, a group of Padawans traveling around the galaxy to learn the ways of the Jedi with a hands-on approach. Older says, the Force Study Aboard program, basically. So that all sounds pretty cool. But I am very curious about how excited they are about this. This is my theory. This artwork, which it is not even going to be used in the comic, like this is sort of a more realistic version. I'll show you, this is how Yoda's normally depicted in Star Wars Adventures. Down here, if hopefully you guys can see that. And it's quite, you know, Clone Wars animation-y. So, like this style of art isn't even going to be used in the comic. So my theory is, and it's also a hope, is that this concept is getting such attention because, you know what I mean, just like a kid's younger version comic Yoda isn't that, you know, it's fun to walk in Star Wars, but, you know, I would hope that this concept is getting done with full diligence because it is going to be used for something more mainstream down the track. And I am holding out hopes of hopes that we get some animated High Republic, because that would really draw us in, and we've got the platform of Disney Plus. So it would be so good if all this stuff's getting done for world building, and then we can have the animated adventures. Definitely not a scoop, Adam Oldie. I am just I'm just theorizing. I'm just hoping. You know, and to do all this stuff takes time. So, you know, the Bad Batch, which, you know, people like big Clone Wars fans are psyched for it, but it wasn't exactly on the top of everyone's list. I feel like that's an easy transition to go to. You know, you've got the world already established in, you know, animation and stuff. The Rebel sequel that Corey and Noah on Kessel Run Transmissions. I was trying to remember what their name is this week. you know, Filoni got a lot of sway. He wants to go back to this Ahsoka story. So I would hope that down the track we get that. And I'll read you out some more of these quotes and see what you think, right? This portion is called A Huge Task. With an appearance in a visual medium, that would mean a new design for the iconic character. It was a challenge not to be taken lightly. The goal was to update Yoda, but to be careful and be true to the Yoda that we all know and love, says Troy Alders, Lucasfilm art director. Also, to really make sure the new look was believable, as this is really the first time there's been an opportunity to update his look and his clothing, which, again, he doesn't look that different. It's fine, but it felt like a daunting and enormous responsibility to embark on and get right. Alders and his team of artists took great care in getting these designs right, making sure they were worthy of the story and a character loved across the world. I do not think that I or anyone on our team fully realized what a huge task this was, Alders says. Now, if you're just doing this for a comic book, you're putting too much pressure on yourself. But if it's for something, if we're setting up the template, I am, it's so weird. I'm hoping, like, I think they're gushing too much, but I hope they've got something secret that makes it that they're not gushing too much. But yeah, for me, I just like, I'd love to see this this period, and I will endeavor to read the first book, see what it's up, read some comics. But I kind of feel like if there's not a game or a cartoon or something, like big mass media like that, and I guess the two biggest media are, well, in this day and age, in 2020, streaming services and video games. So I hope this is the lead up to something cool down the road. Let's do a few comments in the chat. Adam says that if I ever do get a scoop, a Steele scoop is a good bit of branding for it. Well, we'll see. We'll see. There is, I saw someone, yeah. So Rabia, I hope I pronounced that correctly, Rabia. They couldn't resist adding an OT character. Can't we have a series with an entirely new character, with entirely new characters? Well, I see where you're coming from, but especially in a book where you need extra sizzle to get people in, and where it's so easy to add a character, I sort of, like, to be honest, for me, and I totally get where you're coming from, but for me, having Yoda in it kind of makes me want to read it. No, it definitely makes me more interested because I've got a character I can relate to already. Because I remember reading the EU and getting, 30 years out from Heir to the Empire, and just like, I don't know who any of these people are anymore. I think there was a guy that had a robotic arm or something. Kip Duran, he was up there. I don't know. Adam says, wouldn't it be pretty tough to tell a Jedi Order story during this time period and not have him at least at some point? I agree with that. And, at the moment, he's just in the comic book. So the books are, I'm sure he'll have to get into the books later on. But maybe in the first one, and they're just keeping it on the down low. But I feel like one character that does, it's not shoehorned in, if you're thinking High Republic Jedi, 900-year-old. How long have you been teaching Jedi for? 700 or something? It's pretty you know, it doesn't, it's not shoehorned in that Yoda's there, but I get where you're coming from, Rebecca. Or Rebecca, sorry, pardon me. You know, if they had R2 in there, or an original version of C3PO, because, you know, C3PO was put together from other droids, or one droid. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But I feel like having Yoda in there, it's got me more interested. But I get where you're coming from. But I feel like probably you're a more devout book reader than I. So I need to dumb it down a bit and have some Yoda. Josh Taylor's looking forward to a cocky Yoda. Yeah, I'm keen to check that out as well. That's sort of why I'd hope he would get into a book, because like I feel like when they portray like, oh, he's cocky now, sometimes it can be a bit ham-fisted in like the panels of a comic book where you've got sort of limited storytelling. Sometimes it can be so they can go a bit much. Starkiller 100 says, do you shave and immediately get a 5 o'clock shadow? Are you talking about me or Yoda? I get it pretty quick, but then it just sort of stays the same length. So I only shave it every 2 weeks. So it must just not, maybe it just grows slowly. I don't know. Maybe I've got to eat less soy. Get the something up. I don't know. Soy sauce. That's my favorite soy product, you guys. Delicious with dim sims. Ah, dim sims. How I miss you. One of the great Australian fast food. So that's pretty much it on that. I've got a few other fun things that I wanted to show you guys. I'll just pull up the screen share. Why isn't that? Got to click the button. This is on my Twitter feed. This is the sneak peek of the Mandalorian I caught today on what was this, Netflix, in the kids section.
This is the way.
So a slightly more younger skewing version, which is good fun. This is cool. Kelly Knox, who she's at Kelly_Knox. She is best known for posting, I hope, deliberately bad, very punny Star Wars jokes. They're very enjoyable. But she posted this up from Reddit. Someone said, I built homes out of vehicles and was asked to design a Star Wars themed U-Haul. And then if you're watching the enhanced, you can see it's like a U-Haul, and inside they've decked it out like a really sweet Millennium Falcon lounge room with a big screen TV in front of the Millennium Falcon couch, Jerick table. And I love the little hatch tunnel, the little putted tunnel that goes towards the cockpit of the car, as it were. Josh Taylor says, I want to live in that RV. And in likes a new, I thought would be controversial art direction of The Mandalorian in This Is the Way. I also always like seeing what's the top Star Wars news on Google. Number one, you've got the High Republic meets Yoda. Inverse.com, which is, I think it's sort of in the middle of those clickbaity sites. Taika Waititi balances Marvel and Star Wars directing both. He may cast a shocking Marvel favorite. I've got to click this. Oh, this is actually, there's an actual quote here from Jeff Goldblum. Taika Waititi is a sacred name among both Marvel and Star Wars circles. He directed the and voice acted both for Ragnarok, God, stuttering, and episode 8, The Mandalorian, to much acclaim. His projects include blah, 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 blah. In a conversation with Insider, Thor Ragnarok, God, that's hard, scene stealer Jeff Goldblum was asked about the possibility appearing on The Mandalorian. While he didn't rule out the possibility, and Goldblum's in deep with Disney. He's got that weird show on Disney Plus. He teased something much bigger. We've talked about doing something else that has to be secret right now, but I would do anything with him. Sure. That is cool. What do you guys got any thoughts on that one? That's it's quite interesting. Adam's actually excited. There's an actual quote from someone in this. Slash Film. Good to see their Google rankings are doing well. Congratulations to everyone there. Love you guys. Star Wars High Republic introduces younger version of Yoda. Star Wars Thrawn Ascendancy Chaos Rising review. King Tom. We're going to have to get you in for this. And this article's been going around a little bit. Nobody will hire Daisy Ridley after she finished Star Wars. And, you know, I feel like that's something that a fair few Star Wars actors, you know, Mark Hamill, Natalie Portman, mentioned that she had to work her, you know, now she's like A list. So hopefully Daisy can do that, because I adore Daisy Ridley. And I would happily see her on my screen as much as possible. So hopefully she can, you know, sort of refresh out of, you know, signing up to become an instant pop culture icon. So there we go. That is the Star Wars news. I can't click on. There's another Inverse article. I can't do two. Inverse. I can't trust them to go back to back good articles. No offense, but I've read some zany ones. If you guys are after some Star Wars merch, we have got the Mercho Store, merchostore.com, taking pre-orders for the Yodi Hawk, the Child, skateboard Pal Peralta themed t-shirt graphic, and the Yub Nub Bones Ripper with the Ewok flip, both up for pre-order. There's stickers, there's t-shirts, there's hoodies. Won't be producing much over what's ordered before the end of the month. So get in if you're after that. And if you're after more content, we have got a bunch of stuff. We're doing these hyper newses pretty much every weekday. I'll post up a Q&A, not live, on Fridays, trying to get my head around doing this stuff quite a lot more frequently and stay up to date myself on all the Star Wars news. And if you guys don't have time to be clicking about Twitter and stuff, let me do the Twitter clicking for you. I can be like the King Tom Chansky of Star Wars chatter, telling you for when you don't have enough time. So we've got one on Hasbro Pulse Con yesterday, Target Galaxy's Edge. You have to check out this Details. We did a live stream with Details. It's available both on the audio podcast and YouTube. Details, he is a character, a creature actor in, I was going to say The Phantom Menace, The Force Awakens, Solo, Rogue One, The Last Jedi, and he just tells the best stories. He's one of the best dudes I've ever met. And I just adore him. So check that out. And also, if you're a patron, there's a little bonus section. Dallas Wood and Details and I just kept talking afterwards. And luckily I recorded it. So I put that up as like a 20-minute bonus for patrons in the audio format. And the last one I'll plug, our virtual Star Wars celebration. It was the best fun. It was 2.5 hours of just people jumping in, doing fun stuff. We laughed our asses off. Pardon my language. So check that out either on YouTube or wherever good and bad podcasts are found. Hey, thanks so much. It is, I think I was 9 minutes late today, maybe a bit after that, but we're getting better. We're getting on it. 12 o'clock Pacific, Eastern, 3 p.m. every weekday. And on Fridays, I'll put up a Q&A that you can live chat along with as well. And if you're enjoying it, please hit the like thing, subscribe, share it around, comment in the comments if you're watching it not live in the chat. A cool thing is with these live chats is that you can, while you watch this, you can watch the live chat replay and see what people are saying, which for some reason I find an amazing piece of technology. But if you've got a comment or a question, whack that in the comments. I always reply. I try to approve them all first, just because I don't want, I don't want that, and you know what I'm talking about. Thank you guys so much. I super appreciate it. And may that force be with you.